Mhm. Nor Notre Dame.
The
Notre
Notre Dame Cathedral de Paris, which, Notre Dame stands for Our Lady.
Our
So,
Lady Cathedral.
Our Lady Cathedral, Our Lady of Paris.
Our Lady of
Um,
Paris. I
so what
bucket
do you
list.
think, bro? This was an interesting spot. I can't um
Very interesting.
I gotta say, and I can't wait to show you the history on this. The
Oh,
history is in the charts.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Well, Dave, I say let's pop the cork on this thing and open her up and take a sniff and take a drink.
Here we go. Yeah. Savor it,
Savor it,
sniff
swish it
it,
in the mouth a little bit.
push it in the mouth, then swallow it. Because here it comes.
Spirits.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Spiritual Spirits. This is still season 3. We are on episode 31. We're going to be talking about Notre Dame. I am your host for Ghosts, Mr. John Watkins. And of course,
How
everybody
does it
knows
work?
the host with the most, Mr. David Lowe. What's
What's
up?
up, everybody? How you doing, brother? I know you and I are both under the weather this week,
Oh, dude.
so we pushed our normal show a day.
Yeah, I couldn't sit up like this yesterday.
Yeah, he was really messed up. I'm just getting over it. So I'm just starting to get my voice back, but it's probably going to break here and there. Uh, but yeah, we're talking. We alternate our locations, so we pick a state, and then we pick a country, and we picked France.
Yeah.
For one obvious reason, but our secondary location, and I'm just going to call this out. What is up? And you just put down what I picked up. Bill, what is up, my friend? It's so good.
What is going on? Haven't seen you come across in forever. Congratulations being published out there. That's freaking amazing. Bro, you've been missing some stuff. Oh, dude, a new puppy.
Oh, and this is my little puppy. This is Gnocchi.
Yoki.
My new puppy.
So sounds like the wife won on the name.
The wife always wins.
Oh,
But I had to say,
I see what's going on.
did you say hey to Reed, aka Spicy, who's in the house? And of course, we've got Caveman saying smack that like button. I appreciate that. And Corey is in the house. What's up, Corey? Good to see you.
Love it. Appreciate everybody showing up.
Yeah, good crowd tonight. Love it. So yeah, we're talking about the haunts of France, and yeah, so our primary site, we're going to look at the Paris catacombs, and that's going to be exclusive for Scare Network TV.
Right.
So,
of course.
But for our secondary location, we were like, okay, do we do the Eiffel Tower? Do we do Notre Dame Cathedral? or do we come up with another location? And it basically just came down to, all right, we're just gonna do Notre Dame Cathedral.
Yeah, I mean, Eiffel Tower is an interesting spot, but the
Temperature drop.
yeah, uh, but the main thing about that place I found, even with the research that was being done, it was more of the theories of why it was built and things like that, other than haunting. So I was like, "Yeah, we'll say that for another day." So Notre Dame is Notre Dame is where we went.
Yeah. But it's funny because I found way more information about Notre Dame University
Oh, dude,
being
that's a place
haunted.
we might have to talk
We
about, bro.
might have to talk about that because
It's
I'm
my
like, holy
place
crap,
in the
bro.
wide world.
That was, I'm like, can we like merge the two and kind of, okay, we're going to cross the pond and do, this Notre Dame, the
Dude,
fighting
I'm a
that
huge Fighting Irish guy. Sad day
great.
for me. They got their butts whooped by Clemson today, 31-23. But huge Fighting Irish guy. Love Notre Dame, South Bend, Indiana. Like if I could live there, if I could talk my love into living in sub below temperatures all winter long, I would live there. I just so I can go to every goddamn Notre Dame game, whether it be hockey or football, or I go watch women's basketball. I don't care.
Give it all to me. I'll take it.
I'll go watch it all.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan. And then to find out, there's some good stories for that college campus. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. Cause I'm watching this. I was basically, well, no, I was listening to a podcast and I'm like, wow, there's a whole bunch. And I got like 10 minutes into it and I'm like, oh wait, they're talking about the university.
Holy
Shit. I was like, man, I want to listen to this podcast.
Yeah. Well, have we done Indiana yet? We haven't done Indiana.
We haven't done Indiana.
Yeah.
We snuck in Iowa.
Yeah. We snuck in Iowa.
For our buddy Rich and a lot of our other people who are Iowa folk. And but we haven't done Indiana. That might be next season.
Asylum.
That's gonna have to wait till next season because I think the way we're finishing out this year, especially with Thanksgiving break,
yeah,
very few limited weeks left for this season. I think we're finishing it off with California and Colorado.
Yeah,
like literally those are the last two places that we're gonna be talking about.
Yeah, and we're thinking at least 2 episodes for California.
Yeah. I think we'll split it up, but yeah.
We're gonna split it up and do that's gonna be Iowa.
I mean
Iowa.
Yeah, Iowa.
The Villisca Axe Murder House was nice. That was a great location. Independent State Mental Health Institute was also nice. It took me a second. I had to go back, rewind, and pick that back up. Here. So Pennsylvania State. No. That was 2 good locations.
Good
we
locations
were blessed
in Iowa, man. So Iowa was surprisingly good. The Poplick Monster, for the cryptids over there was really good. Of course, Slender Man. We took Slender Man out of that area as well.
Yeah, that was a fun 2 weeks
spending talking about Iowa.
Yeah, that was really cool. We wanted Rich to show up, but
he didn't show up.
But, anyway.
Oh,
yeah.
I
can make fun of it. No, you're absolutely right. Corey's from Iowa too, so.
Oh, nice.
But we had those 2 really good Honda locations that were more fun, and then we did the Slender Man and we did the Goat Man or the Poplick Monster, right?
Poplick, which led to the Goat Man too, but yeah.
So that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. And there's still that schoolhouse we never talked about either.
Yeah.
In Iowa.
We were almost there. That was gonna be an alternate.
Yeah, and then we ended up doing the Independent State Mental Health Institute of Technology.
Remember FDIC. If that didn't end up panning out, yeah, then we were going to go to that schoolhouse one. But shoot, I just ran into one on, I think it might have been Indiana, but I think it was Iowa. And it was a cottage, and Jack Osborne did it with his mom, like the first episode of this new show that he's doing. And his mom got messed up. She went catatonic.
How is
in
that
the
show?
episode.
I haven't watched that yet.
I just watched the first episode, and it was pretty good. I was like, he's
Over
bringing
here.
because he was basically bringing like celebrities on the show, having
Jack
them do a paranormal-
Osborne, something of terror, right?
a night of terror or
Night of
something
Terror,
like that.
yeah. I've been looking at that.
Which is Kentucky and Waverly Hills. Yes, Waverly Hills. Definitely one of our favorites.
One of our faves. I think that's just about everybody paranormal's enthusiast. One of their faves. That place is fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Surprisingly,
All right.
got knocked out.
What do you got drinking tonight, bro?
I'm doing a little mixture of stuff because I didn't go shopping because I've been sick. So I'm going with the leftovers from previous shows. But seeing Belgium's close to France, so I still had some of that new Belgium, that honey orange triple.
Okay.
So I'm drinking a little bit of that tonight. Who knows what else I'll drink? Let's see how many I get.
Whatever you got left in the fridge. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm just there was no me leaving the house all week, bro.
I couldn't I couldn't find a French beer that I wanted, so I went German, and I got the classic Heineken.
That is not German. That is not German.
Oh wait,
knife.
That is not German, sir. That is part of my homeland. That is the Netherlands.
Okay, well that's even better. Because I was like, I don't think I wanted I was like, is it German? But it says Grand Prix Paris 1889. So it has Paris on it.
Yeah.
And that's why I selected it.
It's close enough.
German beer. Oh no, brewed in Holland.
Yeah, brewed in Holland.
So,
yeah, they even say the original
name. Good. I was like, well, Germany occupied France if it's a German beer, but no, Holland beer. So
Holland is basically old Germany, man, before things got split up into two countries. And before it became, I still don't call it the Netherlands, but when I say Holland, nobody knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
Right. I'm drinking French Canadian Mist.
French Canadian Mist.
That's pretty good, eh?
Pretty good.
I had a bad experience with Canadian Mist that included your brother Brian, in fact.
Holy cow, that's a big one.
Because I was like, they said, you pick any drink you want. And I just blurted out Canadian Mist and 7-Up. And they went, okay. This is Kevin and Brian. So they went and bought Canadian Mist and 7-Up.
I want one.
I know. I bet you want one. It's pretty tasty. But we had the Canadian Mist and 7-Up, and your brother kept refilling my glass without my knowing it.
That incident.
Yeah. So we ended up watching Flight of the Intruder on a projector TV, and your brother
I don't like it.
It was pretty good on the projector, especially when you're drunk. And then we found your brother underneath my futon, sleeping, because he wanted to simulate being in a coffin, and
that sounds like my brother. Regret. Yes.
Regret. But it was a fun night. What I remember of it.
Yes.
Anyway,
so
getting back to Notre Dame Cathedral. So I did the history on it, and I really liked this history video that I did, bro. I was really excited when I finished it, and I was like, man, I can't wait to show this on the show.
Oh, nice.
So, without further ado, you want to get right to it?
Let's get into this. Let's get into this place. Let's listen to the history and start really let's open up the gates to the cathedral, Dave. Roll the
Let's
history for us.
let's get buckets of holy water and open the gates to the cathedral. So let's take a look at the history of Notre Dame Cathedral, and I went back to even before the cathedral was built. So check this out.
Oh,
The Notre Dame Cathedral is one of the most recognized religious and historical places of all time. But Notre Dame, which translates to Our Lady, was not the first place of worship built on that site. It is believed that before the arrival of Christianity in France, a Gallo-Roman temple dedicated to Jupiter stood on the site. They found evidence of this in 1710, when the Pillar of the Boatman was discovered beneath the cathedral. In the 4th or 5th century, a large early Christian church, the Cathedral of Saint Etienne, was built on the site close to the royal palace. And the last church, before the Cathedral of Notre Dame, was a Romanesque remodeling of Saint Etienne that, although enlarged and remodeled, was found to be unfit for the growing population of Paris. In 1160, the Bishop of Paris, Maurice de Sully, decided to build a new and much bigger church. He summarily demolished the earlier cathedral and recycled the materials. Thus, construction of Notre Dame Cathedral began in 1163, during the reign of King Louis VII, and was completed in 1345, almost 200 years later. As is the case with most notable historical monuments, the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris has its own share of both the glorious and tragic historical moments that will forever remain in the minds of people everywhere. Among them is the crowning of Henry VI of England inside the cathedral in 1431. The cathedral was at one time in a state of total disrepair and close to the point of being demolished, but was later saved by Napoleon, who himself was crowned emperor inside the cathedral in 1804, and Joan of Arc, who was beatified by Pope Pius X in 1909. After restoring the cathedral back to its former beauty, and in the midst of World War II, it was rumored that the German soldiers might destroy the newly installed stained glass. It was therefore removed and reinstalled again after the war had ended. On August 26, 1944, a special mass was held in the cathedral to celebrate the liberation of Paris from the Germans. These are but a few of the many significant historical and religious events that have taken place inside the cathedral. Have you heard about the forest in the cathedral? The roof of the cathedral has always been called the forest due to the fact that each of the 1,300 beams on the roof came from their own oak tree. But on April 15, 2019, the cathedral caught fire, destroying the forest of oak roof beams supporting the lead roof. It was speculated that the fire was linked to ongoing renovation work. The roof burned for 15 hours before they were able to put it out, and they still haven't been able to fully assess what was lost. They are hoping to have the reconstruction complete in time for the Olympic Games being held in France in 2024. But at this point, Notre Dame Cathedral remains closed to the public. Now, what kind of haunts will be waiting for us when the doors of the cathedral finally open? Will it be the same as before, or will we see something new? We will have to wait and see if this is still a house of God, or if something else has moved in.
That's pretty good, bro. That was
Man,
pretty good.
I got chills watching it,
Pretty good.
and I did it. But I could tell my voice was going.
Oh no, it worked. I was gonna say even you being sick, it worked. It worked. That kind of helped. Worked for you. Worked for
Yeah,
you, not
it
against you.
did.
That was good.
I was like, I kind of like how it sounds. And dude, while that video was going on, my ghost tube was going off.
Really.
Yeah. When I said at the end, what kind of spirits will be waiting for us when the doors open,
Yeah.
my ghost tube said there's 4. When I talked about how long the roof was burning in 2019, because it burned for 15 hours
15 hours, bro.
and they couldn't put it out. It just
No.
kept going. I got the name Gabriel.
That's
Right before,
interesting.
when they talked about the fire starting, it said bad.
Ugh.
So
That was
I
devastating. Like, I was devastated when that place caught fire because it's a place that I've always wanted to go. Whether it just be because I'm a huge fan of the school or whatnot, there's very few places in France that I want to go to. I'm honestly tell you the truth, I'm not even that impressed with the Eiffel Tower. Okay, I've been up on it. To me, I've been on the freaking Seattle Space Needle. I don't need to go on the Eiffel Tower. It's just a high rise. I get it. But Notre Dame Cathedral, since I was a little kid, has been one of those places that I've always wanted to go. I was fascinating with how it was built, the way it looked.
Cool.
I would rather go there than to, the Vatican or the Sistine Chapel. Sorry, that's the word of the place I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'd rather go to Notre Dame than the Sistine Chapel. It just everything that I mean, and to find out that you had the
Agreed.
boatman's pillar built there.
Yeah, they found it 100 feet below the cathedral.
That is crazy, bro.
So they know, and it was the pagan city of Letucia was I wouldn't stop in France to take a leak.
I miss you, Bill.
we miss you, Bill, bro. Jesus. I'm in Kentucky Wild Turkey tonight. He's doing the Wild Turkey. Yeehaw. But so when the Romans came and took it over, they were like, oh, here's a, boom, boom, boom. And then they were like, oh, well, we're just gonna build this temple. And this Gallo Roman temple was built, and it's basically like a pagan Roman mix type of thing. And so they built this temple to Jupiter on that site.
Yeah.
In first century AD.
Oh, nice.
And then they tore that down. They built a Christian church, the Cathedral Saint Etienne on that site, and then they rebuilt it, made it bigger, but it was still wasn't big enough.
No.
So then they started working on Notre Dame, and Notre Dame
takes them 200 years to build this place.
200 years. So King Louis VII was like, yeah, do it. Yeah. And then 200 years later, they're like, okay, it's done. And Louis is like gone.
Yeah. Well, then you have King Henry VI gets crowned there.
Right. I mean, there were so many things. I had to just list a couple.
And I like how they don't call and they still have never to this day, because France has a king.
Yes.
But when Napoleon was crowned, he was not crowned king.
No.
He was crowned emperor.
Yeah. And he basically self-appointed that.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm emperor. And basically he made a deal with the Pope.
Yeah.
And said, hey, I will help you rebuild the cathedral if you let me have my coronation ceremony.
Yep.
In the chapel. And he's like, the Pope was like, sure.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't
Let's
even have
make
to
that happen.
call you king. He's like, no, I want to be called emperor. I'm better than a
But
king.
I want to be called, I'm better than a king. I'm bigger than a king.
I'm a conqueror, man. I'm like Julius motherfucking Caesar up in this
Right.
bitch.
But
I might have to see that movie, but I don't know if I can spend 4 hours in the theater.
yeah. Well, it's 2.5 in the theater, 238 in the theater, but it's 4 hours on streaming when it comes out. They're going to do the full version on streaming, but they're releasing just the 2.5 hour version in the theater. So on that note, I will probably go to the theater for it.
Well, I'll probably wait for the stream then and watch the whole thing because as much I know I'm getting off topic, but we brought up Napoleon and it just popped into my head.
Yeah,
I like Joaquin Phoenix. Hey. He's a very weird individual, and I like
brother.
Brilliant actor. He's a brilliant actor.
Brilliant actor. I can't wait for the next Joker.
What should I do?
I loved his portrayal of Joker.
Yeah. Oh, I did too, bro. That was such a great movie.
Yeah. It made it real. You know what I mean? Like it didn't feel movie. It felt like a real person. Like this could be a real person.
This could be. This is possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
didn't feel that way since Heath Ledger.
No, Heath is. I don't know who I like. To tell you the truth, I know we're off topic here, but I still don't know if I like Jack Nicholson or Heath Ledger better. And I think I like them equally because one played a psychopath and the other one played a sociopath.
Yeah, different Jokers.
Different Jokers, definitely.
Different Jokers.
I really wish Heath
for different Batman.
I really wish Heath would have listened to Jack when Jack said, I went to 2 years of therapy after playing this role.
What's up, Rich?
What's up, Rich? Yeah. Just like he did 2 years of therapy after playing the crazy guy from One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
He had to get out of that. Out of that. I wish Heath would have did that too. Unfortunately, he didn't, and we lost a good one. But back to Notre Dame. Back to Notre Dame. And Joan of Arc.
Joan of Arc. Yeah, because she was, she was captured because, she was captured. She was burned at the stake.
Yes.
And then in 1456, she was found innocent and called a martyr.
Yes.
Right, by the church.
Yes.
In 1909, she was beatified, and that basically means she was made to be considered a holy person in the eyes of the Roman Catholic Church. It's the first step to becoming a saint.
Yeah, she was almost sainted, basically.
Yeah,
which is funny because if you read everything about Joan of Arc, she talked to God, and that was her whole thing. She talked to God, and the Roman Catholic Church,
which is paranormal, by the way.
Yeah, which is paranormal, did not like it whatsoever.
Oh, Rich, those are fighting words.
Did not like the fact that she spoke to God. She's just a woman.
Yeah.
Well,
she was 17.
A woman only gave birth to Christ, but can't talk to God. What do I do? Get impregnated by God, but can't talk to him. Okay, all right.
I see. Double standard.
But the things I read, awesome. I don't know if I want to call it a biography or whatnot, but it was a pretty cool book. And the fact was that she was saying things that were true, that were coming to fruition. Like she was foretelling things that were going to happen, and then they would happen. And then she would go destroy these armies. She was a great general.
Yeah.
And come back like unscathed, like, how did you do that? It was like, God protects me. Like, no, you gotta die. You're
no, that's not right.
You gotta die.
So yeah, and I thought that was a significant point in history where they acknowledged her and said, no, she's a holy person. She's a holy being. Basically completely absolving her sins. And that was in 1909. So that was what, 450 years later.
Yeah.
After she was killed, that they were like, no, we're gonna go ahead and pardon her. And she can go to heaven now. She's good.
She's sitting up there going, I don't know what they're talking about.
I don't know what they're talking about, bro. I'm right here.
You might not believe me. Yeah.
Throw them beads up, motherfucker. Here I am. No. So yeah, and then so some weird stuff, and there's weird stuff connected to the fire, and we're gonna get to that in a second. But just weird stuff. Now, the Notre Dame Cathedral is considered the second holiest place on earth next to the Vatican.
Yeah. You would think Jerusalem would be one, but no, it's the Vatican.
It's the Vatican. Vatican's one. Notre Dame Cathedral is two.
You know,
I don't know where Jerusalem falls, but I'm like, okay, that I'm a little confused by that. But Roman
there's only
Catholic
been
Church,
like,
you do love your stained glass, so okay, we'll go ahead and let you go with that.
over a 2,000-year war over this place now.
Yeah. But I love the fact with the history of it, the history of the site puts places of worship there all the way back.
Yeah, BC.
All the way back. And I'm like, wow. So it doesn't matter what you worship. That's where the church was. Whether it was a temple of Jupiter, where there was a Church of Christ, or whether it was a Catholic cathedral, it was on that spot.
And the church of was it Church of Etienne?
Yeah.
It is actually still built somewhere else. They
built a replica of it in France. It's still there. And that's called the Church of Etienne. And then this was actually the Cathedral of Etienne, but the design of the church is similar.
Yeah.
So I like
you too.
That's nice.
So nice tonight. Today is November 4th, 2023. If you guys are tripping out, hearing two voices come through, my ghost tube will be speaking French and English. It translates for me after it speaks the French. And then, of course, Dave's got his going off over there.
Mm-hmm.
His is not bilingual, though.
No. That costs money.
Dude, it's like $7 a year, bro. You can swing it.
Yeah. You know my allowance is?
Yeah, I know. All them damn movies.
Yeah.
So this place, lots of history to it. I mean, tons and tons of history.
The history is, I mean, there's, Marie Antoinette was coronated there. She was, Bill,
always
thanks,
love
bro.
seeing you, bro.
Really appreciate you being on. Great seeing you. We're normally on Friday nights, so hopefully you can jump on at some point. And I'd love to, chat with you and get you back on the show.
Oh hell yes. I still want to do a tech show with you. I still want to get down and go over all the paranormal tech out there, Mr. Dover Paratech being featured in magazines. But enjoy your night.
That's the Cathedral of Saint Etienne. As it was before. But they actually, like I said in the history, they actually tore that thing down and recycled the materials to build Notre Dame. So there are remnants of all those places of worship
built
on the site, including the Pillar of the Boatman, which they found underneath the cathedral.
What did they end up doing with that pillar? You would have thought that would have been removed, right?
Yeah. So he goes, "Oh, you saw the article."
I do pay attention when you send me shit, bro. You're all check it out. I mean, yeah, take your moment, send it to everybody. That's awesome. Of course, I went and checked it out.
Okay,
gotta get you on here. There's a lot of strange things happening here, right?
Yeah. Now this is it's interesting. Now, as far as activity goes, I mean, there's a certain there are certain apparitions that are always seen.
Yes. Yes.
At the
You
site.
have the
Yeah.
two women that like
You
to
have
walk
women on the roof. Yeah, you have the two
between
women on the roof.
goes to the roof and then disappear. I like that. I was like, what the hell? But there's also a story of a woman who has thrown herself off the top of the cathedral and
Yeah.
killed herself.
Yeah. No, see, and this goes far beyond that because suicides are very prominent here at Notre Dame,
Which is very weird being
particularly by women,
yes.
like dominantly by women. And it's
Yes.
either throwing themselves off the tower or shooting themselves in the head at the altar.
Yeah. Like
Why predominantly female though?
Okay.
Except for the fact this is called Our Lady
Our
Cathedral,
Lady,
right?
yes, Our Lady.
This cathedral it's all about the Virgin Mary.
Yes.
This is a house of Mary. This is
I
where
don't like it.
well, I don't know. I'm sorry you don't like it, but
Yeah.
so I've never been out of North America personally. So I can't say what it would feel like to be in Notre Dame Cathedral. I can say that I have been in St. Mary's Cathedral in San Francisco.
Yeah, okay.
And that place is fucking haunted.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that place. It was kind of a little bit of side trek for us for the we're gonna do our stuff.
I was like, might have been just a little bit of a side trip while we're at Alcatraz.
Yeah.
We might hit that location. And because I've been in that church 3 times, and every single time
You shouldn't be here.
That's exactly what it told me.
There you go, Dave. I know that's what it told you. That's why I said that.
It's exactly what it said to me. You shouldn't be here.
Perfect timing.
Fuck. That's paranormal right there. That got me in the feels.
That was perfect timing.
Okay.
Like it looked like you were literally getting ready to say those exact words.
Yeah, and it said it. It beat me to it. It beat me to it. So
amazing.
Before we start talking about the haunts of this location, we talked about the apparitions, but we don't know the status of the artifacts that they have.
No, after this fire, they still don't know.
They haven't been able to assess fully what they lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. So number one, you've got the organ. So the organ is from the 17th century, and there are 800 miles of pipe running through the cathedral from this organ.
Oh, fuck you, Wilkie.
Oh. Well, yeah, before the fire.
So you have to visit,
this is an organ that they would hear even when it wasn't playing.
Yes.
Now,
kind of the opera type shit.
Now they've talked about, so that gave me a point on the audio. So, but they've since they call it the Ghost Orchestra. This is not paranormal. So they call this the Ghost Orchestra. And what they did was they recorded an orchestra and they computer generated it to play on a loop in the cathedral all the time.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So you hear this orchestra playing like very subtle underneath everything.
Yeah.
You hear this orchestra playing.
Good ambient noise.
Yeah, and they call it the Ghost Orchestra, and it was installed in 2015. I don't know what the status is of it. I'm pretty sure a lot of the circuits are fried.
Yeah, at least the wiring.
But
lower your voice.
I'm sorry. So Um,
I know.
Lowering your voice. So, but in addition to the organ, the crown of thorns,
The crown of
a
thorns was kept here.
nail, the crown of thorns was kept here.
I thought
One
that
of the
at the
nails
Vatican.
from the crucifixion was here, and a
Oh,
sliver of the true cross was here.
oh, okay.
So I don't know what the heck happened. I don't know what the I mean, I think the nail would have survived, but I am worried about the crown of thorns and the sliver of the true cross.
Big prominent things in history. Whether or not you believe that Jesus is the Son of God, historically, Jesus did exist. He was a man that walked the earth. 100% believe he was a man that walked the earth and helped people. Whether or not I believe he's the Son of God, that's my own opinion.
Run now.
And he was crucified by the Romans. He was hung up on a crucifix, nailed to a freaking cross. He did die by a spear, piercing his lungs.
Following.
He did have a crown of thorns placed upon his head. Those are all facts.
Yes.
To lose such items in a fire is horrible. Horrible to lose something like that from history. That's a horrible loss. I mean, because I love history.
Être en désaccord.
Yeah. Oh, me too. That's why I was tickled doing the history of this.
Mine said disagree when I say that's a horrible loss.
Oh.
Which is funny because that kind of brings me to the door of the cathedral.
Yeah.
In the history of the door of the cathedral, this place, and something just hit my fucking chair. Like hit my chair. Like it went thunk.
Tu ne peux pas
Oh, dude, I just did it. Oh shit, that's awesome.
What?
I used the marker. I hit
Did
the
you?
B. Yeah.
Oh!
I'm so excited. I hit the B and it said marker at 4220, and I'm like,
so it brings
I'm
me
like
to
a kid in a candy store right now.
Lower.
It really
Like
brings me.
candy.
It really brings me to the door. That was
brings me to the door.
this
The door. So yeah. Dude. Yeah,
so
tell the story about the door, bro. Because I'm itching to do it.
So the guy that built the doors,
I'm not sure
for
how.
the entrance of the cathedral,
Nobody's sure how.
he put in tons of designs, right? He made tons of doors and nobody was happy with them.
Oh yeah, the church was like, no, you need to do better. It was you need to do better.
Yeah, you need to do better. This is crap work.
Yeah,
the dude prays to God and gets not a fucking peep from him.
Yeah.
He needs help. He's like, give me a design that I can fucking put on this holy house of yours. And he hears nothing, and he's still coming up blank from these from the people that are want him to build these doors, the parishioners of the church, whatever you want to call them. He finally goes to the place you shouldn't go.
Yeah.
And prays to the devil for inspiration to build these doors. And the next day, he has it. And he makes them. He makes the doors.
Yeah. That's the doors right there, bro.
And he brings them to him and like, yep, those are them. Those are
that's
the
it.
ones
That's the
we
doors.
want. Those are, and so he builds them.
And
he brings them and they install them and everybody's giddy and happy and he goes home and he's happy with himself till they can't open the doors.
Yeah, the doors won't open.
Doors won't open at all. They've tried keys.
I love this story.
They tried breaking it down. They tried breaking down the doors.
They tried force. They tried, like pushing and pulling and they were like everything that they could. It didn't, no amount of force could budge the doors. They would not open.
So they go to him to find out what the fuck is going on. They find him dead, hung, with a note saying,
Explaining what happened, dude.
well, the devil made me do it, and
The devil,
you
it
got
was
him
the devil's
now.
plan.
You might want to pour a bunch of holy water on them, which they do.
Yeah,
And the door's open.
yeah,
It was a very interesting design.
yes.
Very interesting design indeed.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Fuck that, bro.
Because I see a bunch of sixes in that fucking shit. I
Yeah.
mean,
The
there's
whole thing is the mark, the mark of the beast is on the door. And if you can see it, you can make out 666 in multiple spots.
everywhere, bro.
Everywhere on the store. It's all swirlies, right?
Everywhere.
Santé.
So now there are two distinct stories about this door. And I wanted to tell you the other one. So one of the things was that, he prayed to God, God didn't answer. He prays to the devil. Devil says, hey, here's the design.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do that. Number two is praise to the devil. The devil says, okay. And the next morning he wakes up and the doors are made.
Died.
I saw that story too, and I didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
But it's almost believable.
Right? Because, I mean, you'd think, well, he's an iron worker, but you think he knows how to make a door to where it would open.
Yeah.
So I would think that the doors would already be made for him. And he was like, okay, here, how about these? And and the up and ups in the cathedral.
Open.
What did it say?
It said open. Go ahead.
Said,
Open
oh
that
yeah,
door.
we'll take that. Boom. They installed it and they were like, shit, it didn't open. They go to seek him out and he had hung himself. And I was like, dude, this story
With a note.
is with the note. Dude, I had talked to the devil. The devil gave me the design.
Hug.
And I guess they needed a hug.
You want to bless these and put holy water on them and
yeah, and do the thing. But yeah, it was after they got buckets of holy water and just doused the thing. And as soon as they did that, the door opened without a problem. It was just
wide open. Opens wide up.
So they didn't mess with the hinges. They didn't do anything else. They just poured holy water on it, and thing just opened right up.
Yeah.
So
And the crazy thing is what I love about this discussion we're having right now
is the responses.
Well, I mean, the responses are amazing, but
I'm flabbergasted by what we're getting on the ghost.
Flabbergasted me is nobody contradicts them. This happened.
Yeah.
This happened. They went.
The only debate
Did the devil make him himself?
Did he just get the design?
Did the devil just get the design?
Or what? Or did he actually find them made the next day? Or was it, like the cobbler with the shoes?
That's the only debate on the story, which is crazy.
And that could only be answered by that guy.
Yeah. And he said, hey, bro, you might want to
put holy water on that. So
y'all didn't like God's design.
This isn't a story. This actually happened. This is a report. This is fact. This actually occurred.
Yeah,
I can't see.
That's what I mean. Which leads me to this fire and what could possibly be destroyed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is this a house of God?
That's what I said in my last line of the history, because I don't know anymore.
Or is this a mockery? And
Yeah.
I don't get me wrong, I love this cathedral. Want to go there right now.
Yeah.
I would fly to France just to go to this place. I freaking love this place.
Even though it would have to stand outside because you couldn't go in.
I might
I
have to wait till after 2024. Hopefully they get it all done.
Mhm.
But I want to go there. Wilkie was lucky enough to go there. I so want to go there.
Yep.
But
Yes.
Yes.
one of the apparitions though is
Watching.
the iron worker.
The iron worker who
He
sits in front of the door.
in front of the doors.
Yeah.
Like he is trapped with his last creation.
Funny.
His soul,
I don't know if that's funny or not.
his soul is
Somebody thinks that's funny.
his soul is in these doors. He is trapped there. Probably again as a mockery.
Mhm.
Oh man.
Go.
I'm
Back.
I used to say I'm spiritual, not religious, but I got told I'm completely wrong about that. I am religious. I just don't believe in organized religions. I believe that's like the corruption of religion itself.
Yeah.
So
No,
I
I
believe
can.
in all the gods.
Yeah.
Which means I believe in all the demons and devils too.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. You can't have one without the other. You can't. There can't be good and not be evil. There has to be.
And the
A
fact that
balance.
Mars was there, Pillar to Mars and the boatman.
Jupiter.
Or
But yes.
Jupiter, sorry. Jupiter.
Yeah.
And
The god. That's the god of that's Zeus.
yeah.
Jupiter and Zeus, same dude.
Yeah.
Just gonna put that out there. Same dude.
Jupiter and Zeus are the same person.
Yeah.
Greek mythology, Roman mythology.
Elle ne
That
partira
is
pas.
literally the same guy.
She
They just
won't
call them different-
leave.
They just had different names, but they are the same people. In fact, if you look at the histories of Greek mythology and Roman mythology, they are actually the same people, just with different names. Before Christianity took over everything.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the separation is when you get into the Celtics, the paganism and things like that, where you get into Odin and things like that. That's completely different. Those were different gods. But
Yes.
yeah, Zeus and Jupiter are the same person.
The Roman and Greek gods are the same. In
Yeah,
fact,
different names on region.
You shouldn't be
Apollo
here.
is one that's in both.
Yes.
Same name.
Apollo has actually the same
But,
person
you got
in both
same
mythologies.
person.
You
Yeah,
can't
same person.
understand.
But yeah, where you got Mercury, you've got Hermes. Where you've
Yes.
got Neptune, you've got Poseidon.
Yeah, but they're the same ones, just different names.
Same dudes. Same dudes. Okay. I got more. You want to hear some more?
My love's on.
Yay. So they say that, well, sometimes that happens because we had to move it from Friday to Saturday. So sometimes that does the notification doesn't carry over.
Yeah.
I
But-
told him.
See, yeah, I told him to. Anyway, so they say that the ghosts of many of the kings and historical figures walk the halls of the cathedral.
And I found that interesting because I was really hoping that we would get Napoleon here.
And
Or-
we do. Hang on.
Oh, Dave, yeah, Dave.
I got a Napoleon.
Go for it, Dave. Sorry.
So, so this is 2010.
Okay. All right. 13
Why is
years
he
ago.
here?
He's the host of the show. So it's 2010. Person goes inside and passes by the entrance desk and was surprised by the presence of Napoleon Bonaparte in the cathedral. No one else saw him, but he saw him. And it was 12:35 p.m.
How do you miss a 4-foot midget in a fucking
Right? He was
blazer?
5. His presence, basically his very presence just totally vibed. He was like just stunned. And let's see, what did he say? The was concentrated in the middle of where the mass was being held. He was just there, and there was no feelings of sadness, anger, or anything else coming from him. As I stood there with the crowd inside, I kept on feeling his presence, his soul filling the area in front of me for 20 to 25 minutes.
Wow.
And then he was gone.
I bet
Qualified.
qualified. Okay.
I guess that was qualified. So that was the
bet his
only account I could get of something specific, but they just claim
Yeah.
that they see the apparitions of kings and queens and
I
important
heard of
people.
Henry VI being there.
Henry VI, Marie Antoinette,
Mary
but
Antoinette.
no, and
Beheaded
one
just
person,
outside of the cathedral in the courtyard.
yeah. But nothing, no specific stories. So, but that one was specific, and it was about Napoleon. And I was
Well,
like, okay, cool.
I bet his presence as a spirit you would feel. I
Yeah.
mean,
And that was his thing. He felt his presence before he saw it.
I mean, you felt him. I mean, I'm pretty sure you felt him enter a room, right? Like
Yeah.
he was that kind of individual. Like, holy shit, who the hell's
Yeah.
this fucking midget? Why am I scared of him? I know he's not a midget. He was only 5. He was 5'3". I know.
Yeah.
But that's that. He was his persona of who he was entered the room well before he did. Like, and people, when you read history books about Napoleon, they kind of say that, right? So
Yeah.
his spirit would probably just radiate that. Like
Yeah.
he died because he wasn't scared of losing.
Yeah.
He's like, he had full confidence that he can't lose. I mean, that's just kind of who he was.
Cover.
Yeah, he didn't take cover.
No.
He should have.
Mine said Satan, so I don't know.
Oh, mine said cover. Okay, and that's a whole different.
That's a different conversation.
Conversation now. But I bet feeling his spirit there. I bet you could feel that from 100 feet away.
Yeah.
Just because of the person who he was. I don't think there's been a general or commander talked about like Napoleon in that I can think of other than MacArthur.
I was like, maybe Patton, but same thing.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Patton, MacArthur. Yeah.
MacArthur was a Navy. Yeah, but same thing.
Patton. That's a good one too. That like if their spirit showed up, you'd probably feel them 100 feet away. Like you would just feel the radiance of that being there, and that's a good story. I like that story.
Yeah,
it feels very, very believable to me how he described what he felt.
Yeah,
that's a good one. I like that. That's a good find, Dave. Good find, because I was disappointed. Like I wasn't finding any general stories like, oh, Napoleon Senior. Oh yeah, okay, I get it. Napoleon might be sick, but no stories. And that was a good find. That's a good find. I wish Joan of Arc would be seen here.
Yeah, I do too. But yeah, she was like long dead before she was.
Yeah.
Before that was an issue.
Yes.
But yeah, no reports of actually seeing her or anything like that.
But you don't see saints, bro. You don't see saints.
You don't see saints. They're good. They did their job. They're up there. Okay, so I've got a couple more stories. One which may have to do with one of the two women that are on the roof.
Okay.
I know.
Okay. Glad you know, because so this is a story of Marie Felix or Feliz
Please.
In 1882, she was one of the ones that committed suicide off the
Sad.
tower.
Sad.
Sad. But the story behind that is very gruesome. So of course I have to tell it. So she goes in and she absolutely has the purpose. It is dark. We're getting there. It's dark. She has the goal of going up to the tower and throwing herself off.
Okay.
Okay. But when she gets there, the security guards won't let her get into the tower unless she has a partner.
Makes
so she
sense.
has to have a buddy to go with her.
Yep, because suicides are prominent at this point.
Exactly. So she befriends this little old woman, takes her to lunch. They get to talking, and the little old woman says, "Oh, yeah, I'll go up there with you. That sounds great." So they get ready to go to the tower together, but this vicious storm breaks out and it starts pouring down rain.
Ooh.
Okay. So they have to hightail it to the guard shack, and they hide in the guard shack.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Okay. But she is like animate about killing herself. So in the midst of all this, they're talking to stuff. She bolts from the guard shack, runs to the parapet, and throws herself off of the parapet. Not the tower.
Not the tower, but the parapet.
Not the
Okay.
tower, the parapet. And she lands on the spiked fence in front of the parapet, and it rips her in half.
Oh my God.
So the bottom half of her body hits the ground. The top half is stuck on the spikes.
Oh.
And it takes them days to clean it.
Yeah.
During that time, they had the biggest visitation to the cathedral of any time in history when 25,000 people per day came to the cathedral just to see her corpse.
Wow. I'm telling you, them fucking doors, bro. I'm telling you, them doors. I think them doors have a lot to do with the suicides that happened there.
Possibly the fire. I mean, they say that the fire was electrical in nature, but everything was off.
Yeah, so they say it has to do with the renovations that they were doing.
Right.
But the 15-hour roof fire? I mean,
the thing was probably like a tinderbox, and there was 1,300 beams.
Yeah.
But still, they were hitting it. I can't see it burning for 15 hours unless it was like rubber tires.
Right?
It just doesn't make sense to me. Okay. I got more. So
disagree.
Well, too bad, because I got more. So there was one instance that happened in, I believe, 2016. So in 2016, there was a tour group that was in the cathedral, and everybody's, doing their thing or whatever. And apparently there's a big commotion because over the loudspeaker, they hear, "Shh." And there was nobody in the sound room.
Bro. Wow. Really?
Before we get to my last one, which is the best story I could find here. Did you hear about the sarcophagi that they found in the cathedral?
I was gonna bring that up. I was waiting for.
Yeah.
So yeah, because they're doing a what they call a structure dig, right? They want to make sure that the scaffolding is going to be able to hold all the weights and everything like that. So they do a dig around this area where they're going to have to put scaffolding up so they can start fixing the roof. This is to fix the shit that happened with the fire.
Yeah.
So they do this dig just to make sure everything's sturdy underneath, that it's going to hold the weight. And they find
brother
2 lead Was it lead or iron?
No, they were lead.
Lead.
Sarcophagus.
Sarcophagus is there. 2. One they believe is a high priest,
Yeah, I have that confirmed.
and the other they believe is a cavalier.
Cavalier, a horseman, because of the way his pelvis was. But they
Yes.
couldn't identify that
But
one.
they can't
Funny.
identify that one.
Yeah.
Well, it was
Now-
funny because when
Yeah.
I was doing the research and reading the story on this, the name Alex came through in French. Because I've set my stuff to French even through my research.
Right.
15 times it said this while I'm reading the story. In a 5-minute span for me to read this story about the sarcophagi, Alex
Huh.
comes through 15 times. I just want to put that out there.
That's interesting, bro. I like that. I like that. So yeah, the first person was confirmed to be Antoine de la Porte, who was a high priest. He died on Christmas Eve, 1710, at the age of 83.
There's stories about him too,
Yeah,
like in history.
yeah. But they found a brass plaque finally with his name and shit on it.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting.
But the plaque is from 1910, which is interesting. The second lead sarcophagi, they still think anonymous man, but he died between the age of 25 and 40. And they figure that this was 14th century, like hundreds of years before this other guy. They believe him to be an aristocrat. And his pelvic bones suggested avid horseback riding, which is why they called him the Cavalier.
Yeah.
He was buried with the remains of leaves and flowers, maybe from a wreath or crown, and appears to have been embalmed.
Ooh. That's
And now
weird from his date.
that era.
Yeah.
That's weird. Right? So an analysis of his bones suggested he was sick for years. Probably they believe he died from meningitis caused by tuberculosis.
Oh, damn.
But this is just a normal dude. So this dude's family was so rich that they buried him in the cathedral.
The crazy thing is how deep they were buried.
Yeah. No, this is deep.
No, it wasn't
these
deep.
are shallow. I'm thinking about the pillar. No,
These
these are
like
shallow.
right underneath the fucking floor, bro.
Yeah, these are right there. Like, yeah, they just like, oh shit, there's sarcophagi here.
Oh shit, there's 2 right next to each other. What the fuck?
Yeah. But they're like 400 years apart.
400 years apart. I wonder, honestly, to tell you the truth, I wonder if they were actually related.
Closet.
Ooh, that'd be interesting. Like
Same
major
family.
descendant.
Yeah.
It would make sense that they're together.
Yeah. And that this guy maybe did something for the church or something.
Like I think the family did something for the church. Like the family was like severe, like majorly involved with the church. Okay. I've got one more and fantastic story.
Hold on, because you got a picture
Shot.
here of it says
Oh, this is another one. This
Jesus.
supposedly
Holy shit.
Jesus is in this fire. There's a
You can
visual-
see it.
You can see like the
There's a
shroud
person in there.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Run now.
Run now. Oh, and I had one more of evidence. Was it this one?
Oh, let me see this. You got an arrow
Oh,
pointing
this
to
was
it.
supposedly.
I don't know why there's an arrow.
There's an
towards
orb.
the
It's an orb
picture.
right there. There's an orb like right there.
Oh, right above her head.
Right above her head. There's a little orb right there.
Okay, I thought I was pointing at the. I wasn't even paying
I thought I was
attention.
pointing at the paper for a second that the dude
paper.
was
I'm like,
holding.
is this a
And, no,
CIA
it's-
document? I mean, what are we looking at here?
It's the truth about Joan of Arc. No, no, it's the orb that's above her head.
Oh.
And this was taken by Montreal Paranormal.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted to call them out because MontrealParanormal.com. I put their
Yeah,
website
it's
there, so you
there.
guys,
Nice.
yeah, so you guys can check them out because it's a pretty awesome find. And I think that was the only visual evidence that I found for them. But I also have like a mat. Well, no, shoot, I got two EVP. I got two things. So this one lady goes in to the cathedral for this regular tour,
Yeah.
and she captures EVPs through the entire time that she's there.
Oh, this is what you're telling me about. Okay.
Right. This is not the main story, but I grabbed a few pieces of
How
it.
do I use it?
I'll show you how to use it in just a second. We're gonna hit play on these, and then, but there's like a whole bunch of them, like calling this person out, and which I'm not going to show that one, but calling this person by name, but telling her to bow down and to just things about that were like, okay, this is interesting. So but they're really hard to make out because there's a lot of commotion going on.
Okay, yeah.
But you can kind of hear something underneath all of that.
Nope, can't hear him.
Okay. Can't hear
Go
him.
ahead.
Well, I haven't started anything yet, but check
But he
these out.
hasn't played it yet.
I haven't played it yet. Check these out.
Oh, I heard that.
So I told you to come save me. Is what I hear. And it's not like, that's not like people talking. That's like
Yeah.
underneath. It's really weird. And this one talks about Merlin.
Interesting. Okay.
Check this one out. And then, but look at the sarcophagus that it's pointing at.
Okay.
And that kind of struck me. But check this out.
What the hell? That
It was come join with Merlin. It's okay. And that not the first, not the first one, not the first sarcophagus, but the second one right before you hear the EVP looks like there's a shield. And I was like, dude, could that be King Arthur or could that be something?
Can you repeat?
Can I repeat?
Yeah, I was just going to ask you to play it again too.
I can repeat. Let's try it. Let's check it out.
Wow. Yeah. And man, Merlin is like pronounced.
Yeah.
It's all with a weird English accent.
Oh, I think because I put a marker on it. That's weird. Yeah. I was like, weird.
Did you mark something again?
No, I'm wondering why, because it says live in the time and it's like encased in red, and I don't know why. Do you see that?
Well, my live is always in red.
No, mine's in blue, but it's got a red border around it, and I've never seen that before.
Probably because you put a marker.
That's what I'm thinking, because I put a marker on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's another one, but I mean, like I said, there's just tons of stuff. But check this one out. So it was like open to us here now, and I could hear that. The here now I could hear.
Yeah.
You know? But dude, there's some. I mean, but like if there was like 8
Please
minutes.
listen.
Yeah, we are listening. There's like 8 minutes of this footage. Like there's EVPs all through this. And I just grabbed a few of them.
Yeah.
But it was pretty awesome. But I have one more story that I want to tell.
Okay.
So this woman basically wrote this account after the fire happened. But she said that it happened like 30 years ago, but she was afraid to talk about it until she was so devastated by the fire that she had to talk about it.
Okay.
So she goes in with a tour group, and figure if it's 30 years, it's probably late 80s, early 90s, right?
Yeah, I'd probably say 90s, probably
Yeah.
closer, or early 90s, late 80s. Yeah.
She wrote the thing in 2019, like right when the fire happened. So yeah,
Okay,
I'm thinking like 89, 80, between somewhere 89, 91 area.
Okay.
Okay. But there's at least 50 people with her in the church. Now, her family is devout Roman Catholic, right?
Makes sense.
So whenever she's taught by her mother that whenever she visits a new church, that she goes up to the altar and she prays at the church and says, "Hey, I'm here, new church, saying hi. What's up, God? You know,
Idiot.
high five." I know it's stupid, but what I'm saying is stupid. But anyway, so she goes up to the altar, she kneels down and she prays. And
Fighting.
there's like 50 people behind her milling around and stuff. So she's praying, and basically she's like, hopefully my flight back home is safe, and wishing everybody well, the standard stuff that you do when you pray. She hears a sound behind her, like really close, and she thinks, "Oh my God, I'm in trouble. I'm not supposed to be this close to the altar or something. I think I did something wrong." She opens her eyes and she turns around, and there's nobody in the church. It's completely empty.
Where everybody go?
Right? So instead of this freaking her out, she goes, "Oh my God, this is awesome. I can pray alone in this cathedral." So she goes back and closes her eyes and she begins to pray again. And she's like, "This is a glorious thing. And there's no noise. I don't hear anything." She all of a sudden feels an icy breeze on the back of her neck. She opens her eyes again. Haunted. Yes. She opens her eyes again and she turns around and she is surrounded by thousands of ghosts.
Holy shit.
Thousands. And she says people who died building the cathedral, people who died in the cathedral, people who were devout Catholics that died outside the cathedral. She said just people all over the place. Just thousands of these people. People that maybe have died elsewhere and have been
Wine.
She said that she felt the Catholic religion emanating in the room. She felt religion.
Felt
it as if it was an emotion.
She felt Christianity.
She felt the Catholicism coming off of the spirits.
Aide-moi.
Did you put a B?
Yeah, twice now.
Okay. So
it's impossible.
3 times now.
I guess it's impossible, but okay. And then she tastes dust in her mouth.
Oh.
Que fais-je?
What do I do?
I don't
Don't know.
Did you drink some water?
Drink some water? But this cathedral is like usually pretty clean. Yeah, she tastes dust, and I'm like, I've got a taste one. That's the second one ever.
Hey, we got taste. We got
taste.
I'm writing it down so it's on the record. Taste
on the record
in mouth.
Tasted dust.
Bien.
There we go. Number 2.
Good.
Good. Oh, that's weird. Now it's back to just being red
It is weird. My number
It's
2.
unknown.
on the live.
Elderly.
It's elderly, apparently.
Go.
Heaven.
What happened when she was actually done praying, though?
She well, and it was back to business as usual. And she was like, whoa, and she snapped out of it. People still in the place. She got up, walked out.
Satan. Te suivre.
Follow you.
I was like, wait, it's got to translate. That's a good story. The feel. I don't like the fact that she says, I felt Catholic.
Like, she
religion.
says it.
Oh,
She
I
says
felt
it.
Catholic
I could
religion. That
feel-
makes
I mean, I would feel that in the church. Yeah, I could feel it felt Catholic, but I'm like, okay, I've got to consider that as a feel.
felt Catholic. Well,
It felt Catholic.
that's just Christianity. That's Catholicism. It's Christianity. It's
Agreed.
it's where
It's
that
very-
she felt her specific beer branch
Beer.
of Christianity. That's like a guy going, I felt the Baptist in me, I mean,
I would think there would have been a lot more dancing.
I felt the Mormon in me.
I felt the Mormon in me.
Still Christianity, bro.
Still Christianity.
Still Christianity. Did they write a book? Yeah, if you read
I-
about all the
I
shit you
felt
didn't
the
hear about the
Methodist.
Bible. Yeah, I felt the Methodist. It's weird that she stayed specific to
I
her.
want you to know.
Specifically stated Catholic. I felt Catholic, and I was like, okay.
I'm glad you
I
felt
feel
that
like
way. How does that
But-
feel? I'm sorry. Again, I don't believe I'm 100%. People can hate me all they want. Organized religion has ruined religion.
Plafond.
It is literally organized religion is the actual poison of religion. And I'll take that right to the Pope. I'll
Innocent.
tell him right to his face. You poison religion. To believe that you can tell people what to do and how to act, it poisons it because you're listening to a bunch of people give their interpretations of a book that was written by men that gave their interpretations of what happened. Does not give you the feel of, man, if you want to believe in God, believe in God, but do it in here. You don't need to go to church for it. Church is where you'll get poisoned and
What?
corrupted.
What?
If you want to believe in Allah, believe in Allah. Don't go to the mosque. That's where you'll get corrupted. Believe it in here. This is where faith lies. It doesn't rely behind some other doors. I don't care what religion you practice. If that's what you believe, it makes you a better person wholeheartedly. Fucking do it. Again, I believe in all of them. I think they're all real. I think all the gods are real. I think they're just called different names depending on the religion. And for some reason,
Torture.
they decided to call themselves God. But it's weird that she states that like she feels her own religion. Like she specifies that she felt the Catholic religion, like trying to give voice to her specific religion. It's I like the story, but that's the part that worries me. It's like, really? You felt Catholic religion? Not Christianity, not you felt God or you felt the spirit of Jesus or you felt the Catholic religion. That I like the story, but that bothers me. The felt that you felt the religion.
Peace.
I don't
Rest
like
in peace. Later.
I don't like it.
C'est impossible.
It's impossible.
I agree. It's impossible to feel your religion. What about, I felt the spirit in me. You know, I get that. I felt the religion. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I don't. I don't. How do you how do you feel your specific religion? How do you feel that? I don't understand that at all. Because Roman Catholic is just Christianity. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's just Baptist, First Baptist, whatever you want to choose, is just Christianity. Mormons are just Christianity. Yeah, do they have another book? Yeah, I get it.
Invisible.
Methodists, just Christianity. So how do you feel your specific version of Christianity? That
It's not for you.
it's not for me.
Not for you.
I get it. I I like the story, but that's a weird way to put something.
Sister.
And to tell you the truth, that still brings me back to the fucking doors. I as much as I love this place, and I don't want to see it, to tell you the truth, it has no religious aspect to me of why I want to go to this place.
No, it's historical for me.
The historical factor of it,
Yeah.
the way it's built, you don't see places built like this ever anymore. In fact, when people are told to build places like that, they literally tell you that they don't have the technology to build it that way anymore, which
It's
makes no
not
sense to me.
possible. Yeah.
We lost that technology. How do you lose that technology? There's fucking Google.
Yeah. No,
Uh,
I mean, it's not that they can't, it's
Listen.
that they're not willing to do that.
yeah. Well, when it takes 200 years to build something like
Where?
this, that's why they don't want to do it, right? I think that's why they don't want to put the time into building something this magnificent. And
Yeah.
as much as I get down on the Vatican and everything like that because how I feel about them, that place is beautiful, built beautiful. I mean, wow, would I love to go to the Vatican just to see the structures and the history of that place? Absolutely. But that's the only reason I'd want to go there. Although I think I'd have a big problem going there. I think I I think that place would be like going to Auschwitz for me. I think I'd just be bombarded with the amount of death and things that have happened there. And
Frère.
it's very possible here
Brother.
in Notre Dame that I would have the same issues.
Stressé.
But man,
Stressed.
I don't know. Do we want to get into the scoring of this place, Dave? Because the one thing we didn't talk about is the hooded figure that's being seen in this place. Who's the hooded figure that's being seen in this place? It's not described as a priest or a monk or anything like that. It's described as a hooded figure.
Mhm.
Now, my thing was, well, maybe Joan of Arc, a woman can't be seen walking around the church with every, being all in armor and awe and everything like that. But, Joan of Arc was well before this time, if I remember right, or right around this time this place is being built.
Well, actually, well, after it was built was when she was doing it.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It was after she was.
Yeah,
It
it was finished in 1345, and she did her thing in like 1400s, 15.
yeah, 1400s, late 1400s, early 1500s.
Yeah.
I thought, when I heard about the hooded figure, I was like, maybe Joan of Arc, being secretive, going into this place. But I think it might be something different.
Ferme-le.
And I'm being told to close it now. We're not going to talk about that.
I'm close.
But man, this place is just beautiful. I'm a little jealous of Wilkie, to be honest with you.
Yeah, to have been able to go in here.
Yeah. That's just phenomenal. Just phenomenal.
Bring it to me.
Yeah. And Marie Antoinette, right? That, if I remember right outside that courtyard right there.
Yep.
Beheaded.
Yep. Here's your cake, bitch.
Guillotine. Public execution.
Yeah.
Let
Shoot,
the
yeah,
head
you were using
roll.
the guillotine all the way up to the 70s.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's give that a score. Yeah, I didn't do much. I didn't much look into the hooded figure. I didn't get much detail on that.
No, I couldn't find much detail, which
So
was,
I mean, I don't know. Apparition is an apparition. Is it non-human? Is it residual? I don't know.
I don't know. I was a little baffled by it.
Yeah.
And Quasimodo, did he really exist? Was the Hunchback in Notre Dame really there?
No,
No.
that was fiction. I did look that up. I did find that out.
That is a Disney movie, folks. That is a
Disney movie. That is a fictional story. The Hunchback of Notre Dame did not exist. It's a fictional character.
Heloise. Heloise? Heloise? As a name. Oh, Dave's hitting the Google search.
Oh, man, Google search.
Aaron.
Oh. Joan of Arc just came up.
No. Really?
Yep.
Oh, Mark.
Heloise, wife of the theologian and philosopher Peter Aberd, to whom she was involved in one of the best known love tragedies of history. Heloise's uncle. Okay, so Heloise, but yeah, it has some connection to Joan of Arc. But Heloise, a renowned woman of letters and philosopher of love and friendship, as well as an eventual high-ranking abbess of the Catholic Church. She achieved approximately the level of political power of a bishop in 1147 and was granted the rank of prelate nihilus, which is, holy crap, Catholic usage, a prelate whose geographic jurisdiction generally does not belong to any diocese and is considered a particular church. So she was basically considered her own church.
Wow.
She is famous in history and popular culture for her love affair and correspondence with the leading medieval logician and theologian Peter Abelard, who became her colleague, collaborator, and husband. She's known for exerting critical intellectual influence upon his work and posing many challenging questions to him. Oh, okay.
I'm inside it.
Oh, that's creepy. Her surviving letters are considered a foundation of French and European literature and primary inspiration for the practice of courtly love. Not
Wow.
Courtney love. Medieval European literary conception of love.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
I don't know where the connection to Joan of Arc came
You
in.
shouldn't be here.
Mine just said he shouldn't be here. Maybe because she wrote about Joan of Arc? I think she wrote about Joan of Arc.
Wow. And we're just talking about Joan of Arc. And the hooded figure is Heloise, the hooded figure.
Because she was a female and she wouldn't.
Front.
Dude, My score just changed, bro.
What did you what okay.
My score just changed on that because that was intelligent. I'm sorry.
Down.
I think so too. I think the portal works. I think something came in and said, "Hey, you guys are talking about this hooded figure. Let me tell you about Heloise. Why don't you look it up,
Yeah.
Dave?"
Because she
This is her
died.
own church.
Okay. She died the same year they started construction on the cathedral.
Holy shit.
She died April 21st, 1163.
Holy shit. No, bro. What?
I wish I could drop this mic right now.
Wow.
That's I got chills. I got tinglies right now. That
You
was
know,
dude.
I see a lot of other people.
I'm marking this because this is
Well, here, I'll hit it again. I think I hit it already, but
I hit it too. 1 hour 36.
say what you want about people that use these apps, right? And I have a couple that I've been looking into.
S'excuser. Apologize.
I'm sorry. But
Heloise.
Ghost Tube is still the number one ranked one out there for a reason.
Mhm.
And this is the reason.
Yeah. Well, I
Thomas.
mean, I just said Thomas. It's developed by the people at Amy's Crypt. They
Yeah.
invented this.
Yeah.
And, and they're one of the best paranormal investigation teams out there.
Yeah.
Amy does some amazing work, and her
Amazing
husband,
work.
Justin, is the one who developed this app.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
use this app prominently in their
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, I watched them use it in the Catacombs, which we'll be talking about later tonight for Scare
Yeah.
Network.
And I had that saved to watch, and I never got a chance to watch it. So hopefully you got stuff.
It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Some good ghost box stuff. The picture they got, the still that they got from the video of something they didn't see, but they caught. It was amazing.
Yeah, I think I have the
I already
still.
made sure you had the still in there. I already made sure you had it in there because if not, I was going to put it in there. But yeah, thank you to Amy's Crypt and her husband for
Come
doing
outside.
this is
No.
all you do is prove me right every single time I use this thing. And I believe the guy's name, the Cavalier's name is Alex. I believe that's his name. 15 times in a 5-minute span of reading a story about the sarcophagi that were found is amazing. Spicy, you must be drinking because we already told you what we were drinking.
I'm out. So it's
That's
time
a
to
lot
score
of
this
Canadian
thing.
mist you're drinking over there, bro.
He is all French Canadian right now. So
How are you?
By the
I'm
roof
doing
Francais, that's how much he's drank today.
I know the only French phrase I know is "Faites le bruit de cochon," which means make the pig noise. So, speaking of which, let's get to the pig noise and do the score on this thing.
Yeah, because we are over.
We are way over, but it was worth it. It's
I didn't think we'd go over on this one, but
no,
yeah.
I really thought this would be short, so that's why we were like talking in the beginning because I was like, I didn't think this would be more than an hour.
No. So residual. How'd you land on the residual?
Okay.
Before we started talking.
So before we started talking, I was at a 6.
That's where I was at. I was at a 6.
Yeah. And that was the two women up at the top. I'm not exactly sure if they're residual or intelligent, except for the fact that when people look at them, that's kind of when they start to disappear.
Yeah.
But they don't seem to acknowledge anybody. And then the iron worker, I think he's residual.
See, I didn't think he was residual for some reason, I don't think he's residual. And again, like I told you when we were talking about
I
the
think
door.
he's stuck, but I don't think he can interact with anybody. I think he's stuck being a part of the door.
Yes, I agree with that, but I
But
don't
I
think
did give a
he's
bonus point to intelligent because for all of that, because I'm not
okay.
sure
Okay.
if any of that was intelligent. So I did
But,
give bonus points to
but
intelligent.
the amount of kings and monks that are being seen around, the women, I'm not sure if they're residual
I
or
was
not.
interested. I don't know about Napoleon.
The
The
black
thing with
cat.
yeah.
I honestly, I'm gonna have to change my intelligence score because of Napoleon, because I don't think
Yeah.
Napoleon is residual at all.
No,
The
I don't think that's
story that you
residual at all.
said, you do not feel something like that coming off of somebody who's residual.
Yeah. It didn't seem like he acknowledged, but I'm
Ye
still with the kings and queens.
Why
Give
would
a bonus
Napoleon
point.
acknowledge the peasant?
Yeah.
That's who he was. He's not gonna acknowledge you.
No, you're nothing to him.
You're nothing to him.
No.
So I put the black cat with the residual. There's a black cat being seen, which is
I
really
didn't know
weird
about that.
too.
That's also non-human.
I did put a point in the non-human because
Yep.
of the black cat, but I also think it's residual as well.
Okay.
I was at a 6. I don't know if I want to go higher than a 6.
I think I'm gonna go 7.
I was okay. Okay. Why do you want to go that extra mile on the 7?
Well, because the kings and the apparent kings and queens and
You,
stuff
you,
that they see apparitions of, but they're not really, Marie Antoinette and things like that. I think
you
that's all residual, but I did not score that in the beginning. So yeah, I'm
Over.
gonna do the bonus point for that.
I'm I will give the bonus point to I felt Catholic religion in her story.
Okay, I'll put that on feels, but yeah, that's
I'm gonna
fine.
put that on Phil's too, but the amount of fact that she saw all these priests and everything during her prayer and all that stuff,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give that extra point to the residual for that. So I'll go 7 here.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think my intelligent
I
score.
think my intelligence skyrocketed from where I was at. I scored intelligence originally at a 5.
I had a
You
4.
were at a 4. I think I want to take this up to an 8. Well, I'll just mark that down. The hooded figure thing coming up with the Joan of Arc, and then
And then
he
the Heloise.
Heloise, such a weird name to come through, and then
Yeah,
what it
and the
came up with,
connection.
and the
Yeah.
connection was crazy.
Yeah.
The iron worker, I believe, is intelligent.
Yeah. I
Is
don't
an
think that's
intelligent. I
intelligent. I
I
think
think he's
he's
an
forced.
intelligent haunt, but I think he's trapped, so he can't interact. He's trapped. All he
Yeah.
gets to do is sit there and watch.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
the
which is why I gave
Napoleon,
that a 1 point bump and not a 2 point.
yeah,
But
no, I didn't give it a big bump.
no,
I didn't give it a huge bump.
yeah.
But
I think Napoleon,
Napoleon is a huge bump for me.
that was a 2 point bump for me. So yeah, that's with the hooded figure and everything. Yeah, I think an 8 is a good score.
Yeah, yeah. Poltergeist, I was very low on poltergeist activity. I put a 2 here
Okay, I put a 3.
because I wasn't, and the only reason I gave it a 2 is because there is a little tiny bit things going on, right? Um,
Okay.
I think I want to take it more up to a 4 because
No regret.
I think that fire has something going on. I
Okay.
think that's paranormal and it's
I think
object related.
yeah.
I think I wanna put a couple points into the poltergeist because of it.
Okay. I did put 1 point into the poltergeist activity because of the fire. But I did not find, I didn't find any true poltergeist activity, but my 2 points went to the fact that the door wouldn't open.
Oh, I see, yeah, okay, okay. So I think I'm at a 4 here then.
Yeah. Now I'm down for going with a 4.
I've gone up on every fucking one so far.
Yep, me too.
Okay, so non-human. I
So
think I think I really badly underscored the non-human here. I
I
I
think I did too. I was at a 2.
I was at a 3.
Yeah. But
I think there's a very big non-human
yeah, because I was
factor.
like 2 for the door
Jim,
and 1 for Jim, 2 for the door, 1 for the cat. So that's a 3. Where
I went
else do I think non-human?
I went 1 for the door, 1 for the cat,
Yeah.
which gave me a 3 because the 1's a 0, right? So 1 for the cat,
Oh,
it makes it 2.
once
1 for the
well,
door
yeah,
brings it to a
once
3.
we start putting points, then the 1 goes away. It's kind
Uh,
of the thing.
well, I just
Yeah. You
start
just
at
left the
1
1
and
there.
then I built up.
Yeah.
I think the door, the fire, um, things that the raising of the fire, I
It's
what
suspect.
is very suspect. I think
She won't leave.
the story of the I don't think that's Jesus, by the way.
I think it's just like seeing Jesus in toast. I think that's just,
Are you seeing something there? Yes.
yeah.
Do I think it's Jesus? No.
Do
Do
I
I
think
think
it's Jesus? Could it be non-human? Could it be paranormal? Yes.
that's more where I'm going with? I think it's very paranormal, but I don't think
I
it's
think
Jesus.
I think whether, I'm
But I don't consider if Jesus is the son of God, I wouldn't put him as human anyways.
no, I'd put it non-human. I don't consider him human. So, I have my own thing about that, but we're gonna table that. So yeah, so I think that's a non-human element either way.
I think I need to bring the non-human up to a 7. I think for me it's a 4-point bump. I think it warrants with what's happening there.
I'm concerned,
15.
and I think, and I've got to lay claim to when I was talking about the doors, and my
Yeah.
ghost tube said you're welcome.
Yeah. 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 I think this is a mockery to the church itself, the doors.
not.
A 15-hour burn makes no sense to me. Makes no sense to me.
Yeah, not unless it's rubber or something's fueling it.
And I've burnt
Um,
oak before, man. Oak is a slow burning wood. Don't get
Oak
me
is a
wrong.
slow burn. I use oak in my fireplace all
Yeah,
the time,
it's great for
but
fires.
it,
But
yeah,
15 hours?
but no, I mean, I put a good sized piece of oak in my fireplace, and it'll go for 2 to 3 hours.
I'm
So
thinking about a 7 here. I don't know
yeah,
where you
I'm down for a 7. History is a 10. I'm not.
10's a history. That is probably the easiest score
Yeah,
out there.
that was a no brainer. It
Yeah.
was.
The fact that all religions are on this location is baffling. Baffling to me.
Yeah.
Manifestations, I might underscore that. I started at a 7 here.
I was at a 7 also, but I didn't consider the hooded figure. I didn't consider the cat. I did
considered the
consider
hooded
Napoleon.
I did consider the cat. I did not consider
That's
Napoleon.
right.
I considered the 2 women. I
I did.
considered
Yep.
the iron worker.
Yep.
And then I
I
also
didn't see that orb. I did not
yeah,
see
have
that
to
orb.
consider the orb. So yeah, I might go 8, even a 9 here.
I'm thinking 9. I think I'm on a
Yeah.
2-point bump with the Napoleon and the orb.
Yeah,
I think I'm at a 9.
I'm the same way with the hooded figure and the cat because I
Yeah.
didn't count that.
Continuez.
Keep going.
We're gonna keep going because we're gonna go
Gonna
into
keep
the
going.
audio. And I
I'll
very
straight
well
to the audio.
underscored the audio. I'm gonna give the audio a 10.
Here.
Okay, because I was at a 6.
I was
But
at a 4, bro.
well, I mean, I was at a 6, but I had that whole EVP thing with the stuff.
So I scored this before I watched Amy's Crypt hour and 15-minute video.
I couldn't find. She had a 6-minute video on this. I didn't find
Oh,
an
dude.
hour video.
Oh no, I found the
Which one?
whole. I'm sorry, that was the catacomb. Sorry.
Catacombs.
She only had a 6-minute video here.
Yeah.
You're right. But with the EVPs that came through, how they corresponded with what was going on the videos that you showed, the
Yeah.
amount of strange noises and and unexplained sounds that are going on. I'll even give you the audio from the woman that was praying. I will. There's a lot going on here.
Mhm.
There's a lot going on here more than
I'm
what
thinking about, because I only gave 2 points to that EVP session. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff, but it's still one session, one thing. But think of how many, if that just happened on a regular tour, how many people could have had EVPs
I
on
don't
there
know. How
that
many
don't
people
even know?
after listening or watching the show that have been there with their camcorders recording are going to go back and
What
audio
do you
enhance
want?
their videos?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there's a lot more going on here than people are talking about. One, it's a Christian church
Yeah.
location. For me, audio, I think is a 10. The organ's still playing. I didn't account for.
Organ's still playing. I didn't, of course, the ghost orchestra. I don't
I
count
don't.
that.
I don't count that. That's
The,
electrical.
the shush over the loudspeaker.
A shush over the loudspeaker. I didn't hear
The
about that.
shush
Was good
people.
too.
I thought that was cool. Also when the woman was praying, how the place just went silent and everybody was
Yeah,
gone.
the all the sound disappearing. I have to put into the audio.
Oh shit! I got one more thing.
Okay. I'll even give the shit that we're getting tonight on the ghost tube to audio.
Yeah, so I might be at a 10 for the audio. I totally forgot about this. It just popped into my head. The Emmanuel bell,
Oh,
which is the largest bell, it's 13 tons.
yes.
There
Same.
is a paranormal thing that if you are inside the cathedral when the bell rings, you could be transported back in time and get a flash of the cathedral when it was finished, when the bell was complete.
Murdered.
Okay. Because of that, my audio is still going to be at a 10.
Yeah.
Okay. But now I have to throw manifestations to a 10.
I was
To be
like,
manifested into a whole other time.
so it's like, so it says, Manuel Bell weighs 13 tons, heard it before from outside, and you're just stunned. It gives an eerie sound of those times when it was constructed. You were literally transported back several hundred years in time, and if you listen and concentrate on it, can even give you a glimpse of how life was in those days when the bell was being made.
Maybe.
I gotta give that. I gotta up my manifestation.
Yeah, I
It
got
manifests you to another time. I have to be at a 10 here for the manifestation.
Even if that's in your mind, if just the sound memory.
Yeah. Well, sound
Gives you that
dude,
feel?
sound has been proven to cure disease. Why
Yeah.
not take you back in time?
Well, and and the whole thing about smell triggering memory.
Yeah. A harmonic
Why not
resonance.
sound? Why can't sound? Because it happens at a frequency.
Yeah, a harmonic resonance can fucking cure diseases. Can it
But
not
that,
get something in your mind to take you back and manifest you into a different time?
Yep.
Gotta be at a 10.
Yeah.
I have to give it that 1 point bump.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd be at a 10 on this place on manifestations, but here I am. Feels.
I mean, it took a lot of digging. Now, I originally had a 9 here.
I originally had a 4 here.
But yeah, I had the woman who felt Catholic. I gave her a 1 point bump, but also that she felt the icy breeze on her neck.
Yeah.
That
the taste of dust in her
taste
mouth.
of dust in her mouth. Totally cool. Love it.
Love it.
Um, but the fact that when you hear the Emmanuel bell from outside, it stuns you.
Stunning. Yes.
You're just like, whoa. um, so that, and then plus just the feeling of being in the cathedral
And
has
and
got
I'm
to be just tremendous.
and then I'm gonna go with the whole Napoleon thing.
Parle moins
Yeah.
fort.
The feeling, the feeling
Lower
of
your voice.
Yes, the feeling of that presence.
Yeah.
I mean, the radiance that he gives just being in the room, his spirit being in the room. I yeah, I would probably put this at a 10.
Yeah.
Objects. So
Okay.
I was at a 3 here because I only gave it 2 points for the door.
Okay. I was at an 8.
I have to give a lot of points now to that bell. Huge. I have to give more points to that door after our discussion.
Okay. I mean, I generally only give 2 points to the door, but I do love it. So I'm sticking with 2 points for the door.
Personne ne
But
peut-
my points came from the crown of thorns, the nail from the cross,
I was
the
just
silver of the
getting
cross.
there. I was just getting there. I said, and then
All that comes into play here, and the sarcophagus.
the
The
fact
sarcophagi.
and I didn't even count the sarcophagi on this thing. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I yeah, okay, so you got the crown of thorns, the nail, the sliver from the freaking cross that Christ was crucified on, the door, the I have to be at
Shit.
10.
I have to be at a 10 because I got to count the roof.
And the 15-hour burn on the roof,
I got to count the roof. I got to
and
count the tower
the
that the
non-human
women throw themselves from.
Yeah. The parapet fence.
Yeah. Shit,
Uh,
bro.
Comment?
Command.
yeah.
This turning out way better than I thought.
Yeah. So,
Um,
dude. So
okay.
danger here. Okay.
Now this is interesting. I think I underscored this, but how this is
I was at a
supposed to
2
be.
on the danger here, bro. I did not find this place very dangerous at all, right?
I went 4.
But the amount of suicides that have happened in this place worries
Yeah.
me. The
Yeah, and that's
doors
why.
that the devil built worries me.
Yeah, that's
The
exactly why I went
non-humanity
4 because that's
burning
2
in
points
the
each.
roof actually worries me. I'm not as worried now of the hooded figure now that I think I know who it might be, whether
Yeah.
it be Heloise or Joan of Arc, because depending on I think it might be Heloise
I
actually,
think it might be
uh,
Heloise,
a woman
considering
of
her
her own church. Um, I think my danger level here though with what's happening in this place, I think I'm at a 6. Is where I think I'm landing here.
Yeah. No, I'm down with that.
What? Okay, I was originally at a 43, bro.
Brilliant.
Where are we at now?
Bright.
75, 76?
We're at an 82.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
I wouldn't shit you, bro. You're my favorite turd.
Um, we went up almost. I went up 39 points, bro. That was the biggest come up that I have ever had. Oh my god! Wow, where were you originally at?
I was originally at a 59.
Okay, all right. I
So
can
I
see
came up 23 points.
that's your biggest come up too.
Yeah.
Wow, talk about a great discussion over a
Yeah.
Plus
place.
fort.
A place that we didn't think was going to be that good turned out to be really good. I mean, this
Might not be the most dangerous place,
might
but
not be the most dangerous place,
there's a
but
lot of shit going on here.
just the connection to history and to religion and to
Dude,
just life in general. It puts it
All
puts it
religion.
even with the Sally House, bro.
You.
all religions, bro, which is crazy.
All religions, but it puts it even with the Sally House as far as total score goes.
Amazing.
Help.
Which our buddy Sean just went there.
I guess we need help, but I think this
Is this
the
okay?
the,
Is
the
this a
paranormal the
experience?
paranormal stuff here is way different than we would normally get at a
Yes.
site.
This is a different kind of paranormal place, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I think
I
that's
would
what the
put
most
this.
fascinating part.
Do I believe this place is haunted? Haunted? Sorry, not hunted. Haunted. Yes, absolutely. Do I think this is a place where you could really have a great paranormal experience at? Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it could go really, really good or really bad for you here. It could this
Poursuivre.
you could go here and get nothing,
Yeah. Yeah, you can go ahead and get enough.
and then you could turn around and go here and just get amazing EVPs, amazing apparitions.
I think you
I-
can show up on a Thursday, get nothing, show up on a Friday, and have the best paranormal experience of your life.
Yep,
I think that's
and
how
see
this
Napoleon
place.
in the
Alexia.
or Alexia. Oh, okay. Could Alex be short for Alexia?
I was just thinking that myself. I was all, that's interesting. Another name that's not come across. Alexia? I've never had Alexia come across.
Menace.
And evidently it's a threat.
Mm,
What do you
I
mean?
I would put this place as a paranormal experience.
Yeah.
Instead of just placing it as haunted.
I don't want to place it as haunted. I think this is an active location.
Yeah.
But yeah, not haunted.
Not haunted. This isn't a place that you have to
I think
worry
it's
about.
paranormally active, but not haunted. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but at times I think you might have to worry about this place. So it's weird. This is a weird
Yeah.
location.
I'm
Weird
really
I liked it.
wondering what's going to happen when they finally open the doors. And
Yeah, with all the remodeling and
with
everything
all the
they've had.
remodeling and everything that was done, I think activity is going to ramp up, bro.
I just saw another fucking
And I just don't know whether that activity is going to be positive or negative.
Plus loin.
Farther.
Or farther.
or farther. It's
Um,
crazy.
All right.
I'm starting to be here.
Dude, this has been a great show. This turned out way better than I
Way
expected.
better than I thought it would be. I can't believe we went over 2 hours tonight on this place, but wow. So that was Notre Dame in Paris, France.
Yeah.
Je m'appelle Jean. Et tu, Dave?
Bon crayon is large, et bon crayon is jaune. Your pencil is big and yellow? Oui. So
Personne ne comprend.
Nobody
maybe there's-
understands.
nobody understands. And yeah, neither do we. But that being said, I think it's time to say au revoir to
Au revoir.
Notre Dame Cathedral.
Before I
Thank
say
you.
au revoir to everybody else, though, I want to thank Spotify for podcasters, which allows us, you guys, or everybody else, to hear us out there in the podcasting world. You can hear us on Spotify, Google Podcast, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music.
Préjudice.
They do this completely
Wow.
free for you guys, so it's a great place to start your own podcast. And as you build your fan base, they'll actually help you out with sponsorships. So it's not only a great place to start, it's a great place to continue growing your podcasting family there. And of course, we want to thank StreamYard. StreamYard is why you're allowed to see our beautiful faces everywhere. It's where you can watch us on YouTube with at Spirits of Spirits, or on Facebook at Facebook. Holy shit, at Spirits with Spirits JD.
Facebook.
And even on Twitter, Spirits with Spurt. Oh, the beer.
Nobody knows.
You should have drank that
Nobody-
preview.
Uh,
But thank
no.
you, StreamYard, for allowing for giving us the option to do that, even though we do pay for it. And of course, we want to thank Scare Network because we love being part of their family, folks. They are completely free now. We do exclusives for them every week. So when we get done with the live, we go right into recording an exclusive for Scare Network. In fact, this week's will be the Catacombs, since we are in France.
Yep.
And we'll be putting that out there. We got quite a few episodes on there already. They're completely free. It's an
Tunnel.
ad-based service. If you don't like the ads, you can subscribe to their $4.99 a month membership, which means you don't have to watch commercials. I don't like commercials, honestly, but I do subscribe to them because I've been a subscriber since we started before we started with Scare Network. Ever since the Amityville Resurgence came out. But those guys are amazing. Billy and Shauna, they got this Darkness in Suburbia series going on right now, which is phenomenal. Go check those guys out. But we appreciate everybody. Man, I am horrible tonight. I appreciate that comes on here and puts in their 2 cents via the chat and everything and watches us live. We also appreciate everybody that watches the replays, however you feel like watching it. And if you can't watch it, you can always listen to it on your way to work, on your podcast places. I know you don't get to see the beautiful faces when you listen on the podcast, but it's
that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. Honestly. I know Dave and Rich have coined faces for radio, but we do have them.
You're definitely in the club, bro.
We did not get married for our looks.
We are too. But
we do appreciate everybody that listens and watches on the replays. Without you guys, it wouldn't be as fun. So we do appreciate everybody that comes on and chats with us, and if you guys throw comments on the YouTube too. We do love that, and we appreciate everybody that's joining in on the TikTok fandom.
On the TikTok,
loving that so far.
Join in on the YouTube and join in on the TikTok. We're gonna be on the line.
We're gonna be on the line.
Posting pictures instantly on the line. But yeah, look for the history video for the Notre Dame Cathedral, which I will release within the next week on YouTube and TikTok, so you can actually watch the history video by itself. But hopefully direct you to watch this live or the replay of this, which was awesome, bro. I had a great time. We got some great evidence during the show.
Which will be on our what? What are we putting that on, Dave? Where are we throwing our evidence at?
I think we're going to throw our evidence on Patreon.
Yeah, right. That's going to go on the Patreon. So all the evidence and stuff that we might catch, and
how did you get here?
Shit that we bookmark, since now we can just hit a B button
on word fly off your hand.
I just saw that myself.
But
all that stuff will be on the Patreon, man. It's cheap.
Yeah, so we've got a Patreon account, you guys. So we're gonna set you guys up with links and stuff to it. And right now it's $1, so it's the time to get to it. But you can be in our Patreon. We're gonna start doing exclusive content for our Patreon members. And I think, it's gonna be bloopers, it's gonna be paranormal evidence that we pick up during the show. And things like that,
breakdowns of paranormal videos and
breakdowns. I think we're gonna do some cool stuff.
And here pretty soon, I'm gonna have not live feeds, but feeds in my house. Which I'll be downloading onto the system.
All the paranormal. He's got all the paranormal stuff. My paranormal stuff doesn't happen until we're connected.
So
and then shit starts happening to me. So
I can't leave.
All that stuff will be on the Patreon as well.
Cimetière.
No cemeteries.
We're going to talk about that next.
Yes.
But all right, we'll just get out of here, bro.
I said let's put the cork in it And
we're gonna put the stopper in it. You guys, hopefully you had enough to drink tonight, because we sure haven't. We've got more to go. But I want to thank you guys for watching us on Spirits with Spirits. Tune in next time. I have no idea what we're talking about next week yet, but it's gonna be a
that is a Monday live on Insta.
We're gonna do a Monday live on Instagram to discuss the next episodes coming up through the end of the year, including leading into the cryptid tournament, which is going to happen toward the end of December.
That's going to be so good. So good.
So we're going to see just which is the most dangerous cryptid out there that we've reviewed.
Wendigo's my favorite.
Wendigo's my favorite too, but we'll see what happens. There are a couple that are ahead of it in total points, but we know total points don't really matter when it comes to the way that we're scoring the tournament. So I think we're going to be in for a few surprises. But speaking of surprises, here comes the outro.
Leave me.